So I am here in Mishawaka with Phil Miller. Phil, I'm very excited to be here. Tell us a little bit about the organization that you started.
Well, RockSteadyBoxing was an organization founded in 2016 in Michiana by Don Shaliga and myself. We have this group for Parkinson's patients exclusively. We don't call them patients, we call them fighters, because they're all fighting the same disease that's not curable, but they're fighting back to slow the progression.
So you're right here beside Martin's on Bittersweet,
Yes.
and when people see RockSteadyBoxing, they probably just think you're for anyone to be able to come in, but as you mentioned, it's exclusively for people with Parkinson's. How did you make that decision?
Well, we are an affiliate of RockSteadyBoxing International that was founded in Indianapolis back in 2006. And we're now one of 870 locations worldwide, growing from that one location 15 years ago.
So how big is and how rampant is Parkinson's in this area that you're able to sustain a club like that, just exclusively for fighters with Parkinson's?
Well, nationally there are over 1 million people in the U.S. afflicted with Parkinson's disease, and over 60,000 new cases diagnosed every year.
Wow.
And we found in St. Joseph County we have over 50 members total in both South Bend and Mishawaka, and we're growing. And we wouldn't be growing if there weren't a need for what we're doing.
If anyone's watching that has Parkinson's or knows somebody who does, and they think that a class like this would be great for them, not only for their physical health, but also I'm sure the mental health is really improved by the camaraderie and understanding, right?
The real magic is what they do for each other. I mean, what we do works. What we do works on every muscle group in the body to retrain the brain and to work with that lack of dopamine. But what they're doing for each other is just magic. You'll notice today, if you stay for the workout, that there are a lot of smiles. They're working hard. It's hard work for someone with Parkinson's, but they're having fun, and that's what makes it magic.
Well, as you mentioned, they are fighters. And what's your connection to Parkinson's that you got involved?
Well, actually, our son has Parkinson's. He was diagnosed about 10 years ago, and it was not pretty what was happening to him and his family and those around him. And so we saw a piece on CBS actually about Parkinson's disease. Leslie Stull was interviewing her husband who has Parkinson's.
Okay.
He was working out in a program called RockSteadyBoxing in New York City at Gleason's gym.
You thought, what's that?
Yeah, so we got together with RockSteadyBoxing in Indianapolis and said, where's the closest gym? Our son needs this. And at the time it was Fort Wayne or Grand Rapids. And we said, what do we have to do to bring one to South Bend? And here we are.
Unfortunately, one of the ways that most nonprofits locally get started is because of somebody who's been impacted personally, which I say unfortunately, it's also the best motivation you could ever have then to help other people.
Exactly, that's for sure. And Don, my partner, has Parkinson's. He was driving to Indianapolis every Saturday morning to work out for 2.5 hours. He wanted to bring one to South Bend, so we didn't know each other, but RockSteady put us together, and we got our resources together and our heads together. We formed our 501c3 nonprofit organization, and here we are. So there are a lot of folks who have Parkinson's, perhaps your neighbors, perhaps people in your church or your school, and those folks need to be made aware that there is something that will help with their quality of life issues. There are a lot of organizations raising money and doing research for Parkinson's, and that'll help the future generations, but those who have Parkinson's now need help with quality of life issues, and that's what we're about. We find that it's more fun to tell your grandkids you're going boxing than to say you're going to physical therapy.
I love it. If there is somebody watching who does want to learn more about you, what is the web address?
The web address is Michiana at rsbaffiliate.com.
Okay, for RockSteadyBoxing. So
Exactly.
Michiana at RSB?
Affiliate.com.
All right, we'll put it on the screen as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was real nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you, Dave. Thank you.
So I'm chatting with Mike Kraus, who's one of the fighters We like to say fighters here at RockSteadyBoxing. Mike, you have Parkinson's.
Yes, I do.
Tell us a little bit about when did you find out that you had it?
At the end of 2019, I found out I had Parkinson's. And I joined RockSteady early in 2020 and had just a great experience. I found it immediately helped me.
So, what were some of the things that you were feeling, and how have you changed since your diagnosis?
Well, some of the common effects of Parkinson's are with stride and gait, and I had trouble walking. I have trouble with my balance. My fine motor control was shot. So I thought I had carpal tunnel, but I didn't have carpal tunnel. I had Parkinson's. And so balance, energy level was dropping. My stride was affected. And I came to RockSteady, and I got exercises that work on my balance, exercises that work on my fine motor control. Mental cognition is typically affected by Parkinson's. So my memory's better, and my spirits are better.
And of course, you're surrounded by people who understand what you're going through on days where you don't feel like fighting.
That's very true. It's a good thing to be with people that have a similar condition. Now, we don't have the same symptoms, but we all suffer from Parkinson's. And so we fight back against Parkinson's through exercise, but also through camaraderie. And then, as you know, the boxing theme is that we have a corner person. So my wife is my corner person. She helps me. And that combination of camaraderie, exercise, shared experiences makes it a better day.
All right, so I'm here with Mike Peterson. Mike, what difference has RockSteadyBoxing made to your life since you found out that you have Parkinson's?
It made a world of difference. It gets you out 3 days a week, exercising, getting support from people, your strength, your balance, and best of all, you get to hit boxing.
you got to get some of that anger and some of that passion out of you, right?
It does. It takes care of exercise and let off a little steam.
Yeah. So, how's your journey been since you found out that you had Parkinson's? What has it physically or mentally done to you over that time?
Once you get over the initial shock that you have it, and I was fortunate just to have a tremor to start with. It's been 15 years and haven't progressed rapidly, but part of it is because I stay active, things like this.
What would you say to anyone watching that might be a bit intimidated by exercise or boxing? Because when people hear boxing, they think you know, they're going to get floored or something when they come. But what would you say to anyone who's suffering from or going through Parkinson's or knows someone who does? What would you say to encourage them to come?
To realize that you don't hit anybody, nobody hits you. It's boxing training, and there's a lot of good people. You get a lot of good support, and you get fit at the same time.
Do you think it's made a lot of a difference to you? I know they're celebrating their 6th anniversary. Do you think it's made a big difference to you fighting back against it?
Yes, it motivates me to get it done 3 times a week, and boxing is fun, so it really works well.